So, welcome to another episode of Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Openings. So, today it is Little Mermaid related. That is why I got the Little Mermaid hanging out to my left, the classic VHS clamshell box. Several episodes ago, I had done trading card openings of another from another Disney film, the Notre Dame. I'm sorry, the Hunchback. Disney's wow, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and it came with like all this weird stuff, like people that like came apart, and like this guy, and like pamphlet to like buy more Disney stuff, and like a puzzle, and gestures challenge, and just like finger puppets and like all kinds of fucking like weird ass shit. And it was awesome, and it was crazy, and it was mind blowing, and it was very I just remember it being just very heavy, just like all Disney things, you know. It's a lot. There was a lot going on. So super excited to jump into this set, because I mean, look how fucking big that is. I mean, the standard, you know, size of cards are, you know, they're usually about, you know, I don't have the bag here, but they're usually about that thick. So, you know, this is quite this looks like a fucking, you know, beta tape. So that being said, I'm excited to dig into this, and how appropriate to be drinking out of my Disney's Mickey mug. I hope this isn't like too much Disney stuff. Like, I feel like I might get sued like any second now. Like, Walt Disney's just gonna come like crashing through my window and like just tell me to like cease all everything in this video. So this is kind of, you know, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like that was like borderline Disney, but like the Little Mermaid, this is like hardcore Disney shit. So I could get in like a lot of trouble. But this is by Pro Set. These are from 1991, so these are actual old school cards. There's obviously a special offer on the bag to get additional stuff like the Pro Set Collector's album. It says it comes with 24 story cards, 3 color ins, 2 stand-ups, and 1 statum stickum. And I like the way it says that, stickum. So I have no idea what the fuck that is. This was originally $1.99 back in 1991, so this would be about probably $50 today by the economy standards. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Trading cards, I mean, something Disney related for $1.99. I mean, say it ain't so. I just don't believe it. But yeah, by Pro Set, there was a couple other cards I opened up by Pro Set. As usual, I didn't do any homework before starting this video, so I'm not entirely sure who else did Pro Set. But I think I'm just going to dig right in. Also, for the fans that like when I do something special at the end of the video, I don't know if I'm going to have time, because there's a lot of fucking cards here. So, depending on if I can make it through all these in a reasonable amount of time, I'll do it. But something tells me this is going to be at least a 10-minute video. Let's cross our fingers and hope it's not. Can you really imagine me talking about cards for 10 minutes? I know you can, because I've made videos that long, and they're awful. Okay, so I love how I'm always bashing my videos. Anyhow, so there is the that thing, and then I guess I'll start on this end. So here are the color ends. So here we have Ariel and Flounder, and then on the back here we have Scuttle, which is super cool. So those are really neat. And then here we have Under the Sea. And that is a random fish. That seems very jovial. And then here is a great shot of Ariel and Flounder. She's sort of giving him like a hug. Kind of cuddling him a little bit. So that's cute. These are really neat. I mean, this is like legit. You know, these are legit color ins. And then here we have Oh, there's Ariel, so sort of like a horizontal kind of image of her. And then here we have another Under the Sea. Here is someone playing what appears to be maybe a saxophone made out of sand and shells. And he looks like he wants to kill himself. So, very, very bizarre. And I love if you look really close. He's got like a mustache going on, sort of. So, funny stuff there. So, those are super awesome. And then it said 2 stand-ups. So, okay, so these look similar to the stand-ups that I've gotten in the past, like the Power Ranger ones or the Notre Dame ones. So here we have the King. I can't remember his name. I'm awful with like names today, but I'm always awful with names. But there's that, and you can tell, it's got the instructions for popping them out, so that's super awesome. And then here we have the shark, which not everybody remembers the shark from the movie. I mean, at least I don't. I mean, that doesn't really stand out to me, but that is super awesome. And then this right here, I'm assuming this is the static stickum. This looks fucking incredible. So there is Christopher Columbus, or whatever the dude's name is, John Adams, behind the wheel of the ship. Super cool. Super neat. So there's that. And so I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't believe I did. I got these through Dinosaur Dracula's Fun Pack. You can sign up for his Fun Packs. They are monthly packs full of super cool goodies, like trading cards, pogs, stickers, snacks, toys, random little action figures, army men, dinosaurs, candy. I mean, you name it. Just all kinds of random stuff. Video game related, VHS related, 80s related, 90s related, movie related, television show related. I mean, it's a box full of nostalgic goodness. You can sign up for it. It's once a month. You can sign up for one box, or you can sign up for multiple boxes. You can cancel anytime, of course. But it's great stuff. I love it. It cheers me up every single time. It just always seems to come at the perfect time of the month. And he is so just thorough about getting the boxes out to people. And he's always letting his fans know when the boxes are coming out. He always sends emails. And he's just very, he tries to be very professional, which he is very professional. He doesn't need to try, but I think he's fantastic in getting these boxes out, and the magnitude for which these boxes are chocked full of goodness. I just don't know how he does it. But he's always saying stuff like, oh, I'm sorry the fun packs are going to be late, or I'm sorry if they didn't come on time, or if you expected them sooner. I think they come at a fantastic time. They always seem to come right at that point of the month that it's like make or break it for me, where it's like, I need inspiration to make it through the next, 15 days of the month or 14 days of the month. And then I'll come home and there's this fun pack just waiting for me. And I always seem to get it too, like on a night that I'm like closing or I'm like really exhausted from work. So it's like the perfect thing. And here I am. I got a million cards to go through and I'm just rambling on about Dinosaur Dracula. So let's hurry up and blast through these. So here we have... I mean, these just look like they're going to be a bunch of pictures from the movie. So we have like that one, and like that one. King Linus. And like when she signs it, so there's a lot. Some of these cards are like stills from the movie, which I would expect. You know, nothing too crazy. Like some of these I can kind of skip through, and then some of these I'll show you. So like there's a cool looking one. That's really neat. Here's another really cool one. So those are those. So like the back of these, all of these cards had that back on it. So I'm assuming this was sort of like one horizontal set. And then all of these cards, the bottom of the card has like that on it. So, you know, they're just a different animation. And then these are like more stills from the movie. It's like pictures and stuff. Here's a really neat one. And then it's got like, oh, Eric, that's that dude's name, Eric. It's got like information in regards to like the scene that you're looking at. So, I mean, nothing tremendously crazy, but very cool. I mean, like I said, I have nothing against cards of this nature, but I would not really go out of my way to seek these out, and I wouldn't really care to have them in my collection. To be honest with you, my girlfriend is the bigger Little Mermaid fan, so she's definitely going to get these. But I think they're cool. You know, they're a product of their time. They're like super neat to look through. They're like super colorful. And the thing I like the most about these, a little bit more over like the Hunchback of Notre Dame one, is the early Disney movies were hand drawn. You know, especially the early days, the '60s, the '70s, the '80s. Into the '90s, they started getting more into digital graphics and computer imagery and things like that. And not to say that they were taking shortcuts, but they kind of were. They kind of found easier ways to duplicate backgrounds and not have to draw things by hand. And I understand that drawing certain things can be very tedious and take a long time, and they can, use up a lot of color or use up a lot of ink, or they can be very time consuming in the movie making process. But it's movies that, like those, like ones that come to mind, like The Black Cauldron and stuff like that, or The Sword and the Stone, they really stand out, hand drawn wonderfully. Of course, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Of course, Pinocchio. So a movie like this, it's phenomenal to see that they were still hand drawing them, even into the late '80s, early '90s. And then once kind of the mid to late '90s kind of came around, it was sort of a mixture between hand drawn and then computer animation. So, for the Hunchback of Notre Dame cards, they're pretty neat to have, but I think ones like this, or even older ones, are super fucking awesome because you get this sort of, you get to see this hand drawn animation freeze framed to look at and to really get a better kind of idea of how it was drawn and how it was colored in, and the lighting and everything. It's just really neat. It's really really neat. So there you have it, the Little Mermaid trading cards. And this would have made any little kid like lose their shit in the '90s. But I'm more so just, I like the weird, bizarre, obscure stuff. So there you have it, the Little Mermaid trading cards by Pro Set. Of course, made, distributed, and owned by Walt Disney Studios. So hopefully they won't shut down this video for copyright infringement. But yeah, man, this is like some super awesome stuff. So that's it. I mean, I don't really have anything else for you guys. I think that might have been long enough. This has been Jazzy Jeff. This has been a wonderful time. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Facebook for more episodes. And as always, keep watching the skies. I don't know why I say that. I just like saying it.